Good morning. Welcome to Marty's Tying Bench. This morning I'm putting together kits for this week's Vice Squad, and the pattern is chironomid. I call it an all-purpose chironomid. Some of the favorite colors are black with silver wire, black with red wire. This one's got a little bit of everything, so this is often the first one you pick to fish when you're just not sure which color to go with. Never a bad choice. Tying this on a Dai Riki 285, it's a size 14. The bead is a brass bead, 3/32. This thing looks okay if you want to use the next size bigger, the 7/64, but I just want to have some white on the front and a little bit of weight, so I like the profile here with the 3/32 bead. The thread is 140 denier. I'm using Danville's. UTC works very well. You want something that can be made smooth so you get a nice body on this one. I've got two pieces of wire, ultra wire, size small, one silver and one red. And I'm going to tie that in on my side of the hook. Ideally you'll have the silver wire on top, and you'll see why here in a moment. Touching turns back to the vicinity of the barb. Now I'm going to lift the silver one out of the way, and make a couple of turns, extending the red one a little farther back, because I'm going to make a few extra wraps with the red for sort of a tag. And then come on forward. And when I get to the wire, I'm going to tie in some holographic tinsel. This one's size large and black. And before I tie it in, I'm going to cut it to a little bit of a point. That will help hinge it and get a nice even wrap for the first wrap. Right in front of the wire. Just catch it in and then start forward. Now this thing looks just fine with two layers of thread, one going back and one coming forward. But it doesn't hurt to build up a little bit of a taper, and you'll want to if you're using the larger size bead. So I'm going to flatten this thread out a little bit and just shape a little bit of a taper. Now when I bring this mylar forward, I'm going to lay it as flat as I can, and ideally it's just going to overlap each previous wrap by just a tiny bit. Now I'm going to get the silver out of the way. And come back forward with the red. I usually end up with 4, sometimes 5. And then when it catches up with the silver, I'm going to stroke those together and start my open rib. And it's kind of laying it right in the crease between the individual wraps of mylar. If these wires get apart, you can just kind of tap on them and get them to come back together. These have stayed together quite nicely. And then just tie it off as you get to the bead. And for a collar, I'm using ice dub in a peacock black. Doesn't really take very much of it. And I'm not going to worry about making it too tight. Just let it get to be kind of a mess, and whip finish right behind the bead. Now, if you want to make this super durable, you could always put some super glue on it, or a drop of Clear Cure Goo Hydro or Loon Flow, but it stays nice and shiny just like this in the wire. If you wrap it tightly, it doesn't move. So there you go, all-purpose chironomid. Have fun.